Staring at the city. Welcome to Staring at the City, man. What's good, Lucien Parker? How you feeling, man?
What's going on, man? I'm feeling well. I appreciate you for reaching out and taking the time to have us on.
Already, man. So I see you've been making moves in and out the state, man. How are you feeling? How is life in general?
I'm feeling good. Life's been it's been interesting this year. I've tried to do a lot of introspection, a lot of self growth, um, kind of tapping into my past a little bit and seeing what I can do to be better in the coming months, in the coming years. So yeah, man, it's been interesting, but I'm good right now. I'm sitting in LA. I'm warm. Like everybody's hitting me from back home. Like we just got 4 inches of snow,
Yeah,
and I'm comfy right now, which is a blessing. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. I had the blessing. Speaking of blessings, I had the blessings to see that video a little bit early. Your manager sent it to me. It's looking pretty good. Is it out now? Did I see that it's out now, or do you want to talk about that at all?
yeah, no, it hasn't released yet. It releases April 6th.
Okay.
So we'll be dropping the song with the video. So as soon as everything's up, it'll be available on all of the possible platforms. So I'm really excited about this release. We shot the video at an abandoned theme park, kind of close between LA and Vegas. And we were just out here a couple weeks ago. Um, and our homies, we work at this company called Co-Creator, which, funny enough, the one of my homies that is a co-founder of the company is actually from Minnesota.
Hey.
So yeah, so we linked. He actually produced some of the beats on my debut LP, Black Sheep. So he now owns a company called Co-Creator. That's a production company. They do graphic design work and videography, and they shot a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, they did my lyric video for Own Thing, and they wanted to do a case study on around me. So we sat down and figured out what content we wanted to get, and then they had this idea of going to this really dope abandoned theme park, and we went out there. And funny enough, we drove. We had like an hour and a half of daylight, so we had to shoot this entire video in like an hour and a half,
Mm.
and that's when I ended up. There's a bunch of stuff like my smoke bomb blew up in my hand like during the video, and then
Dang.
we still had to like shoot the rest of the video. Yeah, it was wild. So, but it was a lot of fun, really incredible experience. I love the product. They love the product. We're really excited to push this one.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I do want to keep it sort of brief, but I also want to kind of dive in a little deeper, just briefly, real quick. I saw you make a post on Instagram the other day, talking about what are you preparing? What are we prepared for, or what are you
Yeah.
preparing us for? And that just made me think how important an artist's message is. You know what I'm saying? So can you talk about that? Maybe that quotation, or just really what you want to get across to people with your art?
Yeah. I got hit up a couple weeks ago by a homie of mine in the DMs, and he was like, "Yo, like, what are you getting us ready for?" It was actually Shy Lee from Minneapolis. He hit me up and said that. And it just made me think, like, what am I doing? Like, what I don't even know fully yet what I'm really trying to get across to people, because I feel like as a person I haven't grown enough to even do that for myself. So I need to like figure that out before I can do that for other people. But I mean, as of right now, I'm definitely just trying to push forward like positivity and strength and black brilliance and all of being open minded, being somebody that isn't afraid to really push their narrative the way that they did it. I mean, I found myself this past year even falling into some of what everybody else wanted me to do or who they wanted me to be. And I luckily had enough support in my life from people that checked me and said, "Yo, like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be this person. You don't have to do these things to like be who you are." And that's just something I want to push to everybody else, because I feel like other people struggle with that.
Who do you look up to? Is there anyone you can, or any artist or anyone that you want to shout out that you look up
Um, yeah. I really love like Chance the Rapper.
to? Hmm.
Because he's multifaceted, and I think a lot of what his story is aligns so much with things that have happened in my life. I just really resonate with Chance and Pat the manager. and their relationship and their ambitiousness and their humbleness and their ability to just be comfortably them. I think my friends are a lot of people that do similar things to that and have similar qualities to that, and some of my best supporters. So a lot of my best friends, I feel like that about, are just really comfortably them. I think one person I really fuck with, Radio Ali, a really good friend of mine. But somebody that's just like so genuine, so humble, so open-minded, so brilliant, all in like one person. And so, I mean, people like that.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Yeah, respect. Shout out Radio Ali, man.
For real.
And all of 3ME, as a matter of fact.
For real. Shout out to all of 3ME.
Yeah. So when's the next time we can catch you? Like, maybe in Minneapolis or maybe just in the Midwest?
Yeah. I'm actually. So we have a few shows coming up in Madison in April. We're playing a couple different festivals. We're doing the Lake Street Bash with Red Bull and this new company called Loom, Live Undiscovered Music. Shout out to Loom, they're doing everything. And Wood Music, which is the Wisconsin Union Directorate. So they book all of the college hosted shows. They're the music coordinators for UW. And so they're throwing this like bash on what we call Mifflin, which is like our spring block party turn up. That they do at UW. So during that, we're going to be doing this festival on Lake Street, which I'm really excited for. It's co-sponsored with Red Bull. So we're really excited for that. But in terms of Minneapolis, I haven't really announced it yet, but like we're planning to make the move back to Minneapolis in the fall. So I'll actually be back in the city next year, which I'm really excited about. I'm excited to come home for a bit, sit down, figure out what I need to do next. So we're really excited about that, but we don't have any shows currently in Minneapolis planned, but we're working on that.
No doubt. Okay. Word. Can you give me any final closing? Can you wrap up like your current describe your current situation again, like LA, like what you got going on right
absolutely. Now? Yeah. Right now we're just in LA. Working with as many people as we possibly can. I mean, we did a conference with Business Boy a few weeks ago in Madison. I think the one thing that stuck out at that conference and stood out, which is something that anybody really that is looking to have a career needs to think about as they're moving on to the next stages of their lives. And this is really important for the people around me because a lot of them are friends that I have from college or are just going to be graduating college in a year or two or have graduated, which is really like, your network is your net worth. Meet as many people as you can, make as many connections as you can, go to as many places as you can, and be as creative as you can. There's no limits or boundaries to this. There's no margins. Like, people can't tell you how you should create or what you should create. Like, it's really up to you to be yourself and let the fact that you're just built uniquely from everybody else to come through in your work, period. So I think that I would leave people with that. Like, just write your narrative however you write it. Just let life take you where it goes. You don't have to be a famous rapper to be brilliant and be successful at everything. You don't have to be an NBA player to be brilliant and successful at everything. And you don't have to do business to do incredible work or be brilliant either. So.
Hey, man. Yeah, no, that message is very important, and it actually. How much time do you have time to answer one more question?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Always got time.
Perfect. It made me think. I don't really know much about. What did you say? Madison is where you're from?
I'm from Minneapolis, but I live in Madison now.
Where you stay now? Would you say you represent Madison at all?
I would never say that I represent an entire community solely.
Sure.
I guess, because I don't want to represent all of hip hop, especially not from somewhere that I'm not from, because that's not my place.
Word.
But I do think that I am a puzzle piece to an incredible developing scene that is much like Minneapolis, that's doing the work and has the talent and deserves a little bit more attention than it's getting. Um,
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting to. I don't really know much about Madison or what's going on over there. For someone who doesn't know much about what's going
about
on in
Madison.
Madison, could you just like if you were to just quickly be like, or not even quickly, however long it takes you to just give someone a picture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a small city. It's like 300,000 people that pretty much thrives off of the college campus community. It's centered, like downtown Madison is centered around the campus. So when you go downtown, you're inevitably going to see college kids. You're inevitably going to see their biggest, best buildings. You're going to see the Chazen Museum. You're going to see some of the hottest restaurants, some of the hottest bars. You're going to see Club Liquid, where DJ Mondo played for his college career, and where we did a lot of shows. You're going to see things like that. And then you're going to have the outer line community of people where a lot of the artists or a lot of the hip hop community live, and they kind of are ducked off in these quiet places where they can be to themselves and where they can be safe and where they can be where they don't have to be judged by other people, or they can just do the things that they do. And these people all kind of migrate and intertwine downtown at some point or another, and that's kind of how the city works. It's a it's definitely like a growing and developing hip hop scene. But Madison definitely has some cool stuff to offer. I mean, it gives you peace and solitude. Like, it provides a place where you can meet intellectuals that are doing a lot of cool and creative works.
Right, because are you going to school there, or were you going to school there?
I went to school there for 2 years, so so that's my next piece, which is like, and it's the only place in the country, the only university that has a program like First Wave, which I was privileged and blessed enough to be a part of. I dropped out last spring, 2017. But shout out to First Wave. I mean, they're doing incredible work. I mean, there's not many places. There are not many places that offer hip hop scholarships in any form or fashion. So
that's what First Wave is.
So First Wave is a multicultural arts scholarship. It's housed in the DEA office of UW-Madison, which is the Division of Multicultural Arts, and it's a scholarship that brings in 15 kids from around the world every year, and they give full tuition scholarships to all these kids. You have to go through a double application process. Wow. You have to apply to First Wave, and you have to apply to UW-Madison. And so they usually, it's kids that they seek out. The kids that they seek out are kids that are extremely engaged and well versed in arts, academics, and the arts. Arts, academics, and activism.
Sure.
And social justice, right? So they reach out to those kids, they give you full tuition, and you actually get to major in whatever you want to major in. The idea is that it's creative-minded urban kids that are interested in trying things and exploring the professional world however they need to, and whatever that means, incorporating that entire spectrum of thought and perspective that has to do with communities, that has to do with music, that has to do with education, that has to do with thinking, and just go off into the world and do that. So it's a really dope program. You apply, you submit pieces. So a lot of kids that get in are spoken word artists or singers, or singers or they open it up for photographers, videographers, writers, people who write plays, stand up, like whatever it is. So it's a really dope community. They're their 10th year, so there'll be an 11th cohort. I think 2019, or maybe they're taking. There's a thing that just came out that I think they're taking next year's kids, and then they're not taking any submissions until like 2020. So maybe there won't be an 11th cohort.
The time is now, then.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man, that's a pretty vivid picture of
yeah, it's an important thing to have.
Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like a great place to create music, man.
It's really dope, man. It's quiet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's all the questions that I have. If there's anything else that you'd like to add, I'm all ears.
I don't think there's anything else. I mean, I just want to thank you for taking the time for having me, and for being interested in having me. I know you did Juice Lord. Obviously, you guys know Meta. You did Khalik, right? Didn't you?
Why Khalik? We spoke about
Yeah,
Khalik a while ago. Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna have to talk to him again soon. He's been
yeah.
putting out a lot of
That's the
work.
that's the big bro for real. So shout out to everybody that has been on the show. Thank you guys so much for having me. For taking the time to dip into my story a little bit. Yo, Minneapolis is Lucien Parker, and we're just closing off the next episode of Staring at the City. I appreciate you, Nathan, for having me. Signing off.